Hello and welcome hardworking aspirants. In today's class, we are going to talk about Persian invasion of India. For the very first time, we will come to know India is being called as Hindus or Hindustan, and we will also see about the Persian coins. We'll see about Cyrus the Great and how he has somehow influenced Ashoka for the pillar edicts, and also about the very famous Kharoshthi script that we have found there. And we'll also see his empire, the largest empire, which is said to have almost 45 to 50% of the world population was under this Achaemenid empire. So we'll talk about all this, but before that, we'll just give you a quick info, guys. And the quick info is about the TSPSC Group 1. Yes, the live batches are right now going on, guys. You have 50% straight discount. You also have the TSPSC Group 2. And also for the UPSC CSE 2026-27, if you are preparing, this is the opportunity for you. Go along and get going. Call on this number and inquire for more. So let's get started with our chapter today, that is Persian Empire. So if you see this map, you will see Achaemenid Empire here. Achaemenid Empire started with Persis. Okay, there was a territory named Persis, and along with Persis, we had Media, and along with Media, we had Babylon. But all this area and the area even after that was captured by this Achaemenid Empire, and one of the greatest ruler there was Cyrus I. Cyrus I, also Cyrus the Great, that is what they call him, and it is said that his territory stretched somewhere around from the Balkans and Egypt in the west across Central Asia to the Indus Valley in the east, covering about 5.5 million square kilometer and ruling over 44% of the world's population at that time. This is something very interesting to note down. And if you see this map here, you can see this. This is the part. If you can just see here, this is Indus Valley civilization. Most of the times when we don't see India's map, we tend to misunderstand. So after this, if you see this, all the areas you must have seen till now, we have done in our previous classes. Bactria, here it is the Parthia, or the Parthians will come later in India. You have Babylon here. This is the place I was talking about. So all these places is under the Achaemenid Empire, and that was of that time one of the greatest empire. So now the Persian will try to invade India, especially Cyrus I is the individual, or Cyrus the Greatest. Okay, now there were few reasons why they will be invading the northwestern part of India. Number one reason being politically they are fragmented. Who are fragmented? Politically, the northwestern India is fragmented. Okay, number two, they are disunited. There is no unity there. Okay, the unity is lacking there. Okay, their small territories are fighting with each other. So that is something which will be noticed by this Achaemenid Empire. You'll also see that they are small in territory, this northwestern part of India, but they are very wealthy. Okay, the source of revenue is very high over there. And last but not the least, it was easy to get through there due to the Hindu Kush passes. Okay, the Hindu Kush passes made it very easy for the Achaemenid to enter India. Okay, so these were few of the reasons that we'll see, and because of this, it will be very easy for these Persians to annex the parts of Gandhara, Cambodia and Madra. Okay, and almost all the parts that were the western parts to the Indus River will be annexed by these Persians, especially by the Cyrus I. Okay, let's see one by one what were the key Persian rulers there. And this again in this map, if you try to see, guys, you're seeing this is the area which was under the Persian Empire. This the green area that you can see. This was under the Persian Empire, and it also includes the northwestern part of India there. Okay, now the first ruler that you can see, or the founder of the Achaemenid Empire who initiated the first Persian invasion of India, somewhere around 500 BC was Cyrus the Great. Okay, 550 BC is the time there, and he successfully brought under Persian control all the Indian tribes west of the Indus River, including Gandhara and Kamboja. Okay, he will establish the initial eastern boundaries of the Persian Empire, and during his campaign, who was the contemporary ruler, Bimbisar of the Haryanka dynasty, was ruling over Magadha in eastern India. This can be of importance, so please note that down. After him, who will be there? After him, we'll see his grandson, Cyrus' grandson, that is Darius I. Okay, he will continue the expansion and he will include the area of Punjab and Sindh also. Okay, later on we have seen previously his grandfather was able enough to get the parts of the northwestern part of India, especially the Indus west parts. But now he will also annex Punjab and Sindh. Who? Darius I. Penetrated territories up to Jhelum River in modern day Punjab, and he will conquer Indian territory that will become the 12th province. The provinces are known as the satrapies. Sometimes they are also known as Chhatraps. Okay, satrapy or the Chhatraps of the Persian Empire. Okay, now next ruler that we know is Xerxes. This Xerxes was the son of Darius I. He will employ Indian cavalry and Indian infantry. Okay, infantry means those who are walking. Okay, and the cavalry means the horses. With the horses they are in their military campaign. They will not be able to advance further into India due to there will be a war with the Greeks, and in the war with the Greeks he will include the Indians also, but sadly he will be defeated, and from that time you will see that the control over the previous territories will only be there, but they wanted to get inside India, rather the parts of the Gangetic plains, the Magadhans and all, that will not be fulfilled. Let's see one by one their administration and the other things related to them. So you will see once what it will happen, that after there will be this Alexander the Great. Till the Alexander the Great's time, this Achaemenid Empire for almost 200 years will rule the parts of India which was annexed by them, and after Alexander the Great comes, he invades, he will defeat all of them, and then a new era will start. So let's see the provincial structure. The Indus Valley was formally incorporated into the Persian realm through provincial division known as the satrapies. So you will have three main satrapies here. Okay, one is Gandhara, one is Indus, and one is Sataidia. Okay, this satrapy system established a precedent of governance. So what they used to do, they used to keep a governor in all the satrapies, and whatever the revenue was there, it was submitted to the Achaemenid Empire. Okay. See here, if you want to see, you can see here is the Hindus. Now for the very first time you are seeing this word Hindus here. Okay, and we will see what is this talking about. Okay, so you see Gandhara here, you at the top you see Sataidia, and then you have the Hindus here. Okay, now the economic importance. The conquered Indian territory was the most populated and fertile region of the Persian Empire, to that extent that whatever was the total revenue of the Achaemenid Empire, the total revenue of the Achaemenid Empire, 1/3 of the revenue was only got taken from one of the northwestern satrapy that was in India. Okay, so 1/3 is coming from one satrapy out of the 28 or 29 satrapies they had all over the Achaemenid Empire. So that itself talks about that the fertility or the wealthiness of Indian region at that time. This substantial tribute highlights the economic significance of Indian territories to the Persian Empire. Let's see the political influence. They will introduce the satrapy system of provincial administration, this we have seen, which influenced later governance structure in the region. Set the precedent for foreign rule in northwestern India that would be followed. So these were the first foreign invader or the first conqueror who came to India was, please remember, it was Cyrus I or Cyrus the Greatest, and after this we will see that they will be in the line like Alexander the Great, Indo-Scythians, Kusans, Parthians, and many of them. The Persians' control gradually decreased under successive rulers, that we have seen in all, that when the prominent ruler passes away, the other successors are not very strengthened enough to continue ruling. What about the military development? Persian rulers included Indian soldiers in their armies, particularly for campaigns against the Greeks, and this we saw at the time of Xerxes. Please remember that. And the Persian military was highly organized with a hierarchical structure. Armies were divided into units of 10 with regiment of 10,000 soldiers. The Persians effectively used horses and chariots, which were crucial for rapid movement and shock tactics, especially in the open terrain of northwest India. Trade and commerce, they annexed Indian provinces, especially the Indus Valley region, became some of the most economically significant satrapies of the Achaemenid Empire. Established Persian Royal Road, which facilitated trade between India and other parts of the Persian Empire, enhanced commercial connection between India and West Asia. This integration promoted trade between India and West Asia with commodities like textiles, spices, precious stones, and possibly horses and metals moving along these routes. The use of standardized weights measure and coinage influenced by Persian practices improved trade efficiency and economic integration. Okay, so we have seen a lot of these Persian coins have been found in the northwestern part of India. All these Persian coins that you are seeing here, okay, are somewhere or other were found in the northwestern part of India. Let's see about the cultural and commercial integration. The Persians in presence encouraged the exchange of ideas, technology, artistic style. The introduction of Kharoshti script. Okay, this Kharoshti script basically is what? It is the Persian script. Okay, now this is also like the Arabian languages, or you can say like Urdu, is written from right to left. Okay, and is derived from Aramaic, is an example of such cultural and administrative exchange, which also facilitate record keeping and commerce. And it is also said that this Kharoshti script was used by Darius I. Okay, Darius I used it for inscription, and it is believed that Ashoka took this example of Darius I's inscription, and after that we started to see the pillar inscriptions or the inscriptions of Ashoka. So this is also contributed to the Persians, that this inscriptions and everything else, and the Kharoshti script especially, it was also used in the other pillar edicts of India. You will see Ashoka has also used Kharoshti script. So that is of importance. This integration promoted trade between India and West Asia with commodities that we have already seen. So if you see Persian art here obviously they had these chariots and the horses. So this is represented here, and this is the Kharoshti script here, which again I'll repeat is written from right to left. Normally we write from left to right, but it is written from right to left. Okay. Now, after that, we will see there will be the end of the Persian rule. The Persian dominion over the northwestern Indian territories formally ended with the Alexander the Great's conquest, and the period of declining Persian gave rise to the independent Indian king, such as we'll see the Abhises, the Puras, the Ambhi, the Gana Sanghas, that is the Republican states, will also gain power, would later confront Alexander's Macedonian army during his Indian campaign. Okay, so Persian invasion, while relatively brief in the long span of Indian history, established important precedent. And one more thing which I started my class with, I forgot to tell you what was that. So guys, if you remember, in Rig Veda, or at that time, the Indus river was known as Sindhu. Okay, and it was also known as Sapta Sindhu. Sapta Sindhu means 7 rivers were there. So we have read about this earlier in our classes. These Persians were not able to pronounce sa. Rather, they used to pronounce sa as ha. Okay, they used to pronounce sa as ha. Okay, so this is why you see they were not able to call it as Sindhu. Rather, they were calling it as Hindu. Okay, so this is the reason how because of these Persians, our country somewhere or the other called to be known as the Hindu or the Hindustan. Okay, so this is of remarkable importance. You should remember. Let's see some of the questions with reference to the Persian invasion of India. Which of the following statement is correct? The Kharoshti script used in the northwestern India originated from the Persian Empire. This is absolutely correct. Ashokan edicts were inspired by the edicts of Achaemenid king Darius. I have said you that is also correct. What is the correct answer? Both 1 and 2 should be the correct answer. Let's see the next question. Which of the following was the most significant administrative impact of the Persian invasion on India? Okay, introduction of the feudal system. No. Establishment of satrapies in northwestern India. Yes, this is something which was unique, and that is the correct answer. Who was the first Persian ruler to invade India and bring the northwestern region under Persian control? Who was it? Cyrus the Great? Yes, it was Cyrus the Great, founder of the Achaemenid Empire. What was a major economic consequence of the Persian invasion of India? Incomplete destruction of Indian trade, no. Introduction of Roman coins, no. Decline of no. Introduction of Indian tourism into Persian imperial trade network. This should be the correct answer, and it is. Let's see the last question. The Persian army enrolled Indian subjects during its rule. Which Persian king is especially known for its practices? The one who was defeated by the Greeks, Xerxes, is the one, and that is the correct answer. Son of Darius I. Okay. And Darius I was the grandson of Cyrus the Great. So if you also want to become great and you want to achieve greatness, this is the opportunity for you guys. The mentorship program for UPSC, TSPSC and APPSC students. One-on-one live mentorship by Deepika ma'am. Why Deepika ma'am? Because she's having 20 plus years of experience, already trained thousands of students and hundreds of them are in services today. You get to call on this number given below to inquire for more, and guys, keep working hard. We'll meet again.